Hello everyone, I am Grand Royson, welcome to new video. Today I am going to summarize Black Clover Chapter 301, 302, 303, 304, 305. Chapter 301, Asta manages to stop Lalapeka from exploding, but explains that her body still have curses that are active. Liba then notices Megicula and wonders what a highest-ranking devil is doing here since only the first gate of the underworld is open. Liba also tells Asta that they cannot win against Megicula without uniting. Megicula figures that Asta is the anti-magic user that Vanica Zogratis and the others were talking about, and that Asta could bring about the most unthinkable situation. Megicula decides to kill Lalapeka and Vanica, so that it can manifest itself fully. Suddenly the curses on Lalapeka and Vanica disappear, which shocks Megicula. As the briar suddenly blooms, Megicula notices Charlotte Roselay is up, who says that she is still in the fight. Megicula wonders why Charlotte has recovered and why her magic is increasing. Real Boismortier thinks about how his Twilight of Valhalla spell works, and comments about how it takes a while to activate. Real also thinks about how he is glad that Asta arrived since he would not have made it before the explosion happened, and comments about how he may be able to achieve his ultimate masterpiece. Megicula thinks about how strong they are together, and mentions how humans really are fascinating. Megicula decides to revive all the dark disciples that have died just to amuse Vanica and themselves, using the powers of Aesir Silva and Vanica, whose souls Megicula holds. As Charlotte and Rill battle against the revived dark disciples, Undine thanks Asta for saving Lalapeka. Asta then apologizes and says that the rest is all up to them since he is completely useless. Noelle Silva wonders what Asta is talking about since he had just gotten here, which Asta replies that Noelle can handle this. Noelle figures that Asta was reckless on his way here and that he has done enough. Noelle also thinks about how simply thinking about Asta gives her strength, and finally acknowledges the fact she loves Asta. Noelle decides to focus on killing Megicula since this is a battlefield, and re-enters Saint Stage. Chapter 302, Asta is amazed by Noelle Silva's new armor as she leaves Lalapeka in his care. Undine warns Noelle that they do not have enough power to take on so many revived dark disciples. Wanting to support both Noelle and Charlotte Roselay, Real Boismortier paints Master of Valhalla to help deal with the disciples. Charlotte also assists by creating a scarlet-braided beautiful battle spear. With both spells aimed at it, Megicula is intrigued how humans improve in the middle of battle, and fuses multiple disciples into giant soldiers, which block Charlotte's and Rill's spells. When another giant soldier blocks Noelle's path, Luck Valtia in his lightning battle fiend form kicks through it and plans to clear the path for her. Inspired, Rill extends a stream from Twilight of Valhalla and revives Gaja so that the Spirit Guardian can act as another guide for Noelle. Gaja is grateful that he can still fight for Lalapeka. Luck meets up with Gaja and the two mages clear a path to Megicula, charging forward in bolts of lightning and raining down lightning from above. They manage to destroy Megicula's body, leaving the devil's heart exposed. However, when Noelle stabs at the heart, Megicula's decaying world stops the sword. As the devil's body regenerates, Megicula is surprised at how close they have gotten to killing it but declares that they will not go any further. The devil prepares blood spikes to strike at Noelle, but Noelle Silva flies in on a silver eagle and surrounds his sister with shields, which block the spikes. While furious that Megicula would dare to threaten his family again, Noelle has been awaiting his chance for vengeance. Chapter 303, Noelle Silva thinks about how he could not do a thing to help his mother, Aesir, and how his mother rapidly wasted away after that. He also could not tell anyone what happened since he was also cursed too, and everyone blamed childbirth for what happened to Aesir. Before she died, Aesir told Noelle to stop trying to get stronger right away and told him to live, since she knew that her children would all get stronger than her one day. Aesir died a year later, and Noelle was frustrated since all he could do was helplessly watch it happen. Noelle decided to get stronger to avenge his mother one day, along with protecting his siblings. Noelle noticed that Nebra and Solid had grown stronger, but knew that they were no match for Megicula. One day Noelle asked to be trained, but Noelle figured that she had no chance in getting stronger and decided to shut her away. Noelle then decided to get stronger, since he felt like he was useless and a coward. For the time he would face Megicula. Noelle thanks everyone present since he is able to face off against Megicula. Noelle decides to give everything he has into his magic and attacks. Megicula withstands the attacks and wonders if this is what humans call a touching reunion, but apologizes since devils do not possess that sort of emotion. Noelle remembers what his mother had commented about his magic, and tells Megicula to not think that it can block his attack. Megicula notices that its blood is fizzing and figures that the mercury has gotten inside its body. Noelle manages to destroy Megicula's body, and Noelle tries to hit the heart but his mercury breaks on contact. Megicula tells Noelle that he does not have the power to destroy a supreme devil's heart. Noelle thinks about how he was wrong, and should not have shut her away or kept her out of this, since they needed to grow stronger together. Noelle tells Megicula that it was defeated by the humans who refused to give up and destroys Megicula's heart. Megicula comments about how it underestimated the true strength of humans, and thinks about how it was worried but never thought that it would lose to humans. Megicula also thinks that this might be the reason that it was so interested in human emotions, and fades away. After Megicula is gone, the spell of malevolent femcantation is removed and Aesir's soul is released. The soul hugs her children and tells them that they have really grown strong. As Aesir's soul vanishes, Noelle and Noelle start to cry. Chapter 304, as Megicula's magic disappears, the curses afflicting Lalapeka also crumble away. Asta flies over to Noelle Silva and congratulates her. When Lalapeka awakens, she realizes that she is naked and freaks out. Noelle punches Asta for holding the naked princess and then hugs Lalapeka herself. Undine, who has shrunken due to expending most of her power, also joins in the hug. Asta runs back over, and Noelle begins to chastise him but is stopped by her embarrassment over her feelings for him. She ends up punching him away again. Similarly, Noelle Silva struggles to voice his feelings to Noelle despite his curse being lifted. As Real Boysmortier's Twilight of Valhalla shrinks, he apologizes to Charlotte Roselay and wishes he could have created his ultimate painting. Charlotte thanks him for enabling her to continue fighting but refuses to give up hope. Lalapeka, wearing a mercury dress, runs over to Gaja and Luck Valtia. As Gaja begins speaking, Ril's spell ends and Gaja, Ril, and Charlotte collapse. Lalapeka tries to heal them with Akanel lore, but their injuries are too grievous. Asta notes that the Demon Destroyer sword would not remove the injuries either. Noelle comments that they cannot let them die since they work to do the right thing, to which Nacht counters that they defeated a supreme devil and that in reality, those who do right are not always rewarded. Luck asks if Nacht fetched Mimosa Vermilion like he asked. Mimosa emerges from the shadow and activates her ultimate magic spell, Flower Princess Utopia, which fully heals Gaja, Ril, and Charlotte. Noelle remarks that magic allows them to counter that reality. When Lalapeka profusely apologizes to Gaja for his injuries, he claims that it was part of his job as a spirit guardian, and then confesses his love for her, which flabbergasts Lalapeka and the others. To the side, Noelle resolves to help save Yami Sukahiro since he helped Noelle improve herself, while Nacht notes that everyone has greatly improved themselves and that there is one more Dark Triad member left. In Zenon Zogratis' chamber before Megicula was defeated, Zenon claims that he will end the fight. Meanwhile, Yuno Grinberryall asks Langris Vaude to hold out for 3 minutes as Yuno prepares a final attack. Chapter 305, Yuno Grinberryall tells Langris Vaude to buy him 3 minutes to prepare his next attack. Langris thinks about how Yuno has a spell to defeat Zenon Zogratis, but has to store up mana first and Yuno cannot do that while defending himself. Langris figures that he will have to guard Yuno, but knows different in skill between him and Zenon. Langris then thinks about how it's not possible to buy 3 whole minutes but he has to do it. Yuno tells Langris that he is the Clover Kingdom's strongest spatial mage, and that he should already figure out a way to fight against Zenon. Zenon says that he already knows what they are capable of and attacks. Langris thinks about what Zenon's spell is capable of and figures how is capable of still using magic within it. Langris manages to defend against Zenon's attack, which Zenon figures out what Langris has done. Yuno compliments Langris, which Langris replies that Yuno is annoying. Langris thinks about how he has always hated Yuno and never thought that he would lose to Yuno. Zenon continues his assault, but Langris manages to defend Yuno against it. Zenon sees this and says that they have no way to defeat him. Langris figures that he will not last long and tells Yuno to charge up faster, which Yuno replies that he is working on it. Langris thinks about how his spatial magic was invincible and that he made the Golden Dawn the strongest by being there, but that Yuno had a different strength that inspired others to grow stronger with him. Langris then admits that Yuno is the vice-captain of the Golden Dawn. Zenon tells Langris that emotions and tenacity are nothing when facing overwhelming power and wound Langris. Zenon then tells Langris that the reality is, that he is stronger. Langris replies that he cannot back down and charges. Zenon manages to stop Langris's charge, but Langris proclaims that they are members of the ultimate squad, the Golden Dawn. Yuno comments about how Langris hates losing more than anything, and prepares to fire his Spirit of Euro's spell which Zenon sees. If you like this video please like, subscribe and share, for more, thanks you all. Meet you in another video.